sort of first impressions there? How do you assess that?
Yeah, we're obviously really disappointed with the performance. You look at the numbers at the end of the game, it's just like you get smashed in all facets of the game. But the third quarter just wasn't good enough. We were in the fight up until half time, probably a little bit the second part of the second quarter. They did get a bit of a ascendancy, but I thought we held on. And then the start of the third, the first 5 minutes, like we had all of the play, we had all the time in our half. I think it was 6 inside 50s to 0. We didn't capitalise, and then they get through, and their first entry they score from, and then just a damn wall opened. And whether, like I said, whether the writing was on the wall at half time, I didn't sense that. But yeah, I think they end up kicking 8 goals from 10 inside 50s. Which is just not good enough, and our boys know that. And it's not just our defenders. We allowed just no pressure on the ball to go inside. I don't think anyone would be able to defend that, or defend those entries. So yeah, really disappointing. And as I said, the third quarter just wasn't up to standard.
So a case of you guys dropping off, is that sort of?
Yeah, well, credit to them. They obviously maximised their entry, and they kicked some pretty good goals in that third quarter. But they were too good for us in that third quarter. And we did obviously drop off in a few phases. They smashed us at clearance. I think they kicked 7 goals from centre bounce, which is unlike us. And then, the positive is our response. Like we could have turned our toes up in the last quarter, and to kick 6 goals and show a bit of fight is all I could ask. But like I said, that our boys are licking their wounds, and they know that the third quarter wasn't good enough. And we'll look to Geelong next week.
When you sat down and mapped out your goals for the season, we're going up the last round next week, how close does that align the way the season has unfolded? How close does that align with your goals for the season?
Oh, well, we haven't looked at that. Like we work week to week, and so we didn't put a number on how many wins we want to finish the season with, or how many... or things like that. It was just about improving and growing. And this week we feel like, well, in the third quarter we took a step backwards. We had a fair few things going on, and Luke Traynor going out of the game at the start of the game, which is unfortunate. We didn't want to take any risk with him, and then which throws you out of whack. And especially when Nick Vosson gets injured, and just before half time, we're struggling with numbers at the moment across our list. And just the balance of our team just got thrown out of whack, and Tyler Sonsi had to play wing, which he does a little bit of, but obviously had to play a bit more today. So we had to shuffle the magnets around a little bit. But when you're talking about season, we'll look at that after the Geelong game next week, and work out whether we feel like we're we know we're on the right path, but right now, when you're thinking about right now, today wasn't good enough, and our boys need to respond in the right way next week.
What's the extent of Nick's injury? Will he be available for next week?
No, he looks like it's either a syndesmosis or a fractured ankle. So, his season's done. And to his credit, he was a bit frustrated that he couldn't help in the second quarter. And his first impact that he goes and he just went back with the flight. And that's the reason why he's such a good player, the courage to go back with the flight at that time, and then obviously to land awkwardly and hurt himself. We spoke about that just before. That's the reason why he's a great leader of our footy club, and he's had a great season. And unfortunately, he's going to miss next week, and he can't finish off the season with the boys. So, it's looking like a fractured ankle.
Yeah, disappointing way for him to finish what's been a good individual season.
Yeah, it is. But his consistency across the season's been awesome, and the reason why we've been in a lot of games when he plays well, we play well. So, it's been a credit to him. And as I said, it's unfortunate that he's going to miss.
What happened with Traynor in the warm-up as well? Sorry, just a twinge?
Yeah, he just felt a little bit of awareness in his hammy. He's never really had a soft tissue injury, and looked like he got through the warm-up, but then after the warm-up, come inside and just the assessment, there was something going on. So whether it's just awareness or... we just didn't want to take any risks, and he's such an important player to our future. We don't want him to go and hurt himself, and hopefully he's available next week. Like I said, we're losing a few soldiers, so it was just a slight bit of awareness in his hammy, and we'll know more early in the week, hopefully.
There's some talk about Richmond maybe playing a couple of games in Hobart over the next couple of years. Would you back that?
Yeah, well, obviously, there's people above me that are going to make those decisions, but we love coming down here. It was a really good trip. Like, we got some exposure for our younger midfielders again this week. Taj Houghton got some midfield time. It is a little bit different playing on a cricket pitch, but yeah, the boys love travelling down here. It's a great venue, a great ground. So yeah, the club will make that decision. But yeah, like I said, today wasn't good enough, and if we play like that, I wouldn't want to come back. But yeah, like I said, yeah, it's a good venue, great facilities, and people above me make those decisions.
Yeah, you've got a few Tassie boys in your team, and the Devils are starting to hunt around and look for some recruits. How hard will you fight to keep your Tassie boys?
Yeah, well, I think that's going to be across the board. You're fighting for players that are from different states across your list, let alone the Tassie boys. So we're fortunate enough that Seth Campbell signed a long-term deal, and Sam Banks and Ryan Mansell. Obviously, Nank's getting older. I'm not sure they'll be asking him. I think when they come in, Nank's going to be battling by then. But our younger boys, they know how valuable they are to us. Sam Banks is an up-and-coming leader, and so is Mance. So they know how much we love them and how valued they are at our footy club. And that's my job, is make sure that provide an environment that they feel like they're getting better, and hopefully like they follow Seth's lead and sign on for a long time.
And what did you make of Harry Sheezel's? I know it might be a tough stat to be on the other side of, but what did you make of his, the number of touches he got today and the way he played today against Wigan?
Yeah, he's obviously a very good player. At half time, I think he had 20 odd, and the game was in the balance. The third quarter, I didn't see that as being a big issue, especially early. He did go forward and kick a couple of goals. So we had Rossi. Jack Ross went to him for a little bit, and then obviously he's good enough to just go and change positions and move forward. But I think he ended up with 12 or 13 in the last quarter. We kicked 6 goals. So you're always looking at those numbers, but he obviously had a great game and he's a terrific kid.